what's up guys, I'm randomfrankp, back with episode 31 now of Room Tour Project, the series that we show off the best battle stations and gaming setups. You all know the routine. We're going to be showing off some awesome setups for you guys. We got triple monitor setups, really nice and simple single monitor setups. We'll cover it all. Let's kick off episode 31. Starting off, we have Smithy86 showing off his white and black triple monitor setup with some LED backlighting, of course. Very nice. He has the soundbar mounted above to blast the audio directly at him. But what would make this a better setup in my book? You guys know me, an overhead display. Yeah, there we go. All is right in the world. I think this edition of the overhead TV here, because that thing is massive, a 49-inch 4K TV in fact he has listed, above his three 22-inch Acer monitors, really takes this setup to the next level and now just looks way more badass. And as for his PC, he's rocking the AMD 8350 CPU, dual R9 280X GPUs in Crossfire, some Corsair liquid cooling, and 16GB of HyperX RAM. A very nice setup. Next up, we have a simple looking productive setup from Everything for iPod. This is right from his YouTube channel, so you know everything here is ultimately going to help him with that, and I have to say, I really like his style here. He has the 11-inch MacBook Air as his main laptop to the left, sitting in a nice looking laptop stand. I like the simplicity of that. For his audio, we have the Bose 2 companion speakers, a very nice and popular yet reliable choice to go with the quality of Bose. And next to that is the G Drive Studio with 6TB of storage with his current configuration. Sitting by that is his 38mm Apple Watch with a nice white sport band to fit in with his color scheme. And for that beauty of a display, he has the LG 34 UC97S, a 34-inch ultra-wide curved monitor, which is a 3440 by 1440 Ultra HD display. The slight curve I think is great for a monitor, and I'm sure gaming on this is awesome, and just overall, a really solid choice. For the peripherals, he has a white wireless Logitech keyboard that is solar powered, so no batteries here, simply runs off of light, which is nice, you don't have to charge it up or buy batteries. And his mouse is the Logitech Performance Mouse, a solid mouse for the ultimate level of productivity. And for his mic, he's using the Blue Spark in orange color, which will give him great audio quality for voiceovers, and that is then plugged into his audio interface, the M Audio Fast Track. And for his main rig behind the monitor is the 2013 Mac Pro, in which is a 3.5 GHz of 6-core Intel Xenon E5 CPU, 16GB of RAM, and the dual AMD FirePro D700 graphics. But altogether, I think it's a really nice and productive looking setup that is all tied together by that awesome LG monitor. Next, I'm really liking the overall vibe from this one here. Not too sure if it's the addition of the two plants, or maybe that geometric desktop trinket there. I don't know, but I know that I like it. First, it's very obvious that simplicity is the target here, and that is nicely achieved. For his monitor, he is using the Dell P2715Q, a 27-inch Ultra HD 4K monitor, of course enhanced nicely by the backlighting with an RGB strip behind the desk, a nice touch as always. We got something new here on this show, two fans on the desk to keep him cool 24/7. And who knows, maybe if that gaming session is getting too intense or the work is getting too overwhelming, turn those bad boys down to cool off your hands. Into his peripherals, I spy the Razer Black Widow Chroma keyboard, gotta stick with the RGBs of course, and I'm really not too sure what that red mouse is there, honestly. Into his PC specs, he has an Intel i5 4670 CPU, a GTX 960 graphics card, and 8GB of RAM. I see he keeps his PC underneath the desk, so its appearance really isn't a main part of the setup, but I would like to see that possibly changed in the future. I also see some, pop and gaming figures to his left on the shelf there. Overall, it's a really nice and simple gaming corner that I think has a lot of personality to it. Now this setup, it speaks to me. I look at it and I think to myself, God damn,
I love how it's very simple, it's clean looking, and the wooden desk is a great touch to aesthetically match the overall theme of his setup. It's all just really neatly organized, and of course, the LED backlighting. Absolutely awesome stuff. For his peripherals, his choice of keyboard is the Cooler Master Quickfire Rapid Stealth on an extra wide desk mouse mat where the Razer Death Adder is comfortably sitting. And when you take a look, there is some serious audio equipment in this setup. Those two speakers on each side of his 24-inch Dell monitor are the KRK Rocket 5s, and of course they are positioned and mounted properly for an optimal audio experience on a DIY speaker stand. He has his audio interface mounted underneath the desk in its own space for easy access. And then he has the Presonus Power Rack, which is 3 tube preamps for, microphones or instruments. It's 2 equalizers and a compressor. Damn. And then of course, the Audio Technica ATH M50X headphones in black, sitting on the desk in a nice glamour shot. Then into his PC, he has the AMD 8350 CPU, an MSI R9 270X graphics card, and 16 gigabytes of RAM in that nice silent fractal R4 case. But what's really impressive about this whole setup, and I mentioned DIY before, is that it is all custom built. He built the desk from scratch, stained it beautifully, and this gaming / music production / video editing is just great for an ultimate setup. He even built the bed frame in his bedroom for him and his wife, and I just love these types of things. Altogether, I love the theme, the contrast, everything about this setup is an A+ in my book. Now this setup, I don't have specs, don't have model numbers, but I'm looking at this and it's pretty obvious this is the setup of a streamer and a gamer alike, and a definite Corsair lover. For the keyboard, he has the Corsair Strafe RGB keyboard, which is probably one of my favorites as well. For this mice, he has the Corsair Scimitar and the M65 mouse. And you can see this kind of this process that he transformed his setup along the way. He started building it from the bottom up, started going from a soft line build to a hard line build. Added a second graphics card, so now he has dual EVGA GTX 780s. And like I said, got that hardline liquid cooling inside to really take his rig to the next level. Overall, that thing looks like a beast. Wish we had the specs for it was inside, but I see the Corsair Dominator Platinum RAM. Tons of fans inside to keep it cool. And altogether before, it still the LED backlighting and stuff and triple monitors. But once he added all that acoustic foam, this Corsair gaming / streaming den definitely came together, and I'm really liking it. It's pretty impressive, and I like the black and blue color scheme. It's consistent, and that's what I like.
Alright guys, that'll do it for episode 31 of Room Tour Project. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that thumbs up button down below to show your support. If you have any questions, feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. I'm very active on there, always talking to my fans and stuff like that. And while you're on Twitter, tweet at your favorite tech YouTubers. Tell them you want to see their setup on an episode of Room Tour Project. And if you want to know how you could possibly submit your setup to be on a future episode of Room Tour Project, please feel free to check the description down below, where I will give you a very simple explanation on how to possibly submit your setup. And lastly guys, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss out on a future episode, as well as all the really cool tech videos I got coming up in the near future. Well, that'll do it for episode 31 of Room Tour Project. I'm Random Frank P. Have a good day.